Okay folks, so we're in Sherwood Park again, and this time I'm going to do a picture of the scene behind me, which is the bridge. I've painted it a few times before, and I really like the scene. I've not really mastered it yet, not really got it how I want it, but hopefully today's going to be different. So another acrylic study, this time not in the sketchbook, just on a small piece of card, primed. I think that's about all I need to say. Without further ado, let's get on with the painting. So this time I've just put some orange underpainting in the middle of the canvas and left the outside edges white, so I can maybe have a bit of an unfinished feel to the edges, which I quite like sometimes, or I can choose to paint over it, but I've got the option now. The orange will glow through, complementing the greens. It works quite nicely. I've done it several times before. So I'm working with a large brush, as I like to do, to block in the colours and block in the large areas, major shapes. It helps to simplify things by doing this. Then starting to work in with smaller brushes and to a certain extent drawing with that. So in with the time lapse, and you'll see the blocking stages happening very quickly on this. Blocking in large shapes, then working within each of those large shapes, working smaller and smaller as I progress around the painting, developing the tones and the different values as I go, trying to keep it as simple as possible for as long as possible until I've understood the whole image as best I can. And as the painting progresses, bearing in mind all the time the changes that are taking place in the water and to the surface reflections, because there's a lot of bird life on the lake, as you can probably hear in the background, and the birds keep moving the water around as they swim around, so I've got to try and get a handle on how I'm going to paint it as I go. So whenever it's calm, I'll have a little work on that area to try and nail some of it whilst there's not so much movement there. So I'm just touching in a little piece of road, just adding one or two details now. The painting's progressing, starting to work into those larger areas, tightening things up here and there, looking around for some of the darker tones and some of the lighter tones, starting to bring it together now. Since I started making videos of my sketching trips, I've found that it makes me concentrate in a different way. You know, in some ways I concentrate harder I want every mark to count, and I want the film to work. So that's a great thing. But it's distracting in that you have to keep checking that your battery's not run out, or your memory card's still got enough memory on it, or that the cameras are in focus, or that there's enough light on the subject, and all those things just become part of the new painting process and filming process. There was absolutely no cloud the day I was painting in the park, and the sky was a little bit plain, so I've broken it up a bit with suggestions of clouds behind the trees, just to try and break up the monotony a little bit and add a little bit of interest and slightly different colour. You can't quite see the colours and how they've turned out so well in the film, but believe me, it was the case that I did add some different variety to that sky. So we've had a reasonable day's painting, but there's been so many interruptions, so many people standing talking with me for up to an hour. So it's amazing I've got anything done at all. Absolutely fantastic day, but I felt a bit on edge with the amount of dogs around and the amount of folks coming up. So it's been a bit tricky to relax into it. I've got quite a lot done, but I really think I've probably got to touch it up, work on it a bit in the studio. But it's a reasonable start. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. Good paintings are rarely done in a day. So I'll just build on it. So see you next time, folks.